I think what you got to do is learn how to fix it. When you're structuring this kind of stuff, talking to experts and putting it together the right way is really important. So right now it just looks like if I got this in my LinkedIn box, I would immediately delete it. So
this is the golden moment. I would do business with you right now.
Welcome to 10X Owners Live. Happy Tuesday, everybody. We are beyond excited to see you. The holiday weekend made it feel like we were gone from each other for so long. I don't know why. It just feels like it's been longer than 7 days since our last Owners Live.
But we are here on July 5th, 2022 for another episode of 10X Owners Live.
Brandon, why do we do 10X Owners Live, and how is it related to the topic that we're going to talk about tonight?
Well, it's a good question. So we decided to do 10X Owners Live the week COVID shut the world down so that we could be front and center, helping business owners, individuals, high performance individuals that wanted to pursue their personal, professional, financial goals. And if we could help in any way at all, then we wanted to make ourselves available. So we launched this. It will be exactly almost 2.25 years now. I think this has to be our 120th show or something. Somebody needs to tell us how many shows we've done, for goodness sakes. But
every week.
But this is how we make ourselves available for those that want to spend Tuesday evening with us, 5 o'clock Pacific time, 8 o'clock East Coast time, to answer questions and to provide insight, guidance, perspective, maybe some opinion, and try to deliver it all with a little bit of compassion and maybe a tad of humor.
I think my favorite part of 10X Owners Lives are when you call people out. It's been a little while since you've called somebody out, but maybe tonight is the night. I don't know, maybe somebody's gonna act up in the comments. That's normally how it starts.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just kind of egging it on.
Yeah, it sounds like you're looking for a fight tonight.
For those of you who this is your first time, you've never been with us before, this is Brandon Dawson. Brandon, why are you qualified to run a show called 10X Owners Live?
Well, first and foremost, I took my first company public when I was 29 years old. It was a venture capital backed initiative where I raised $38 million in 4 or 5 different raises, and all the way from presenting to raise the first $1 million to having the business sell after I took it public in 2000. And I don't even remember the year it was. It was 1999, 98. Geez, I cannot believe that was 98, 08, 20 some odd years, 25 years ago.
Does that make you feel old in this moment?
Oh my gosh. Well, just so you guys know, I played golf today.
Over you.
I played golf today with the guy that taught me how to raise all that money, who was with me when I rang the opening bell of the American Stock Exchange, Marky Mark. And he was also with me.
Not to be confused with the Marky Mark, a different Marky Mark.
A different Marky Mark. So to add to that, I started a company in 2004 after that business sold, using the concept of building businesses without needing other people's money and not taking on debt. Launched that business in 2004, working with independent business owners to help them grow and scale. Sold that business in 2016 for $151 million, 77 times EBITDA, after generating $50 million of profits that I poured back in the business to grow it. And then when that business was acquired by $1 billion public company, we grew that public company in 36 months to $4.5 billion, deploying that across 10 other countries. And then in 2019, Natalie and I partnered with Grant and Elena Cardone, and we created Cardone Ventures, which helps business owners take those same concepts, those same principles that we apply. And then as an example to those business owners, those individuals, we want to just show them and teach them to do exactly what we're doing. We launched this business 36 months ago. Our first revenues were June of 2019. And we did $2.5 million between June and December of 19. We did during COVID, $14.5 million in our first full year in business. We completed last year at $41 million of revenue, and we are on target this year to do between 70 and 75 million in our third full year of business, with a target to get to 100 million by our 5th year, so that we can then have the foundation in place to go from 100 million to 1 billion in revenue, managing over 10 billion in businesses. Today, we currently manage over $1 billion of businesses in Cardinal Ventures and work with and are very excited about being on this live call to answer any questions somebody might have.
What an introduction. So the reason that I think it's important for Brandon to go through that, and I promise you, every time I ask him to do that inside his head, you wouldn't see it because it's not happening externally, but inside his head, he is entirely rolling his eyes at me.
Because I don't like answering all that.
Why is she
I've kind of
asking
been
me
there and
this
done that.
again? But the reason I think it is so important to talk about this is there is so much shitty advice out there. I get hit with it on Instagram and TikTok every single day of these people who are making claims, these people who are selling ebooks and courses and doing all of these things that are leading business owners down the entirely wrong path. And it's like when Gary Brecka, our partner in 10X Health, watched somebody when he was working in this insurance business. He watched a medical provider diagnosing somebody with the wrong thing and actually prescribing all of the wrong medication to them to where it actually lead closer to death than to life. For us, that's what it's like on all of these social media platforms with business owners who think that they're listening to people who know what they're talking about, but they don't actually have anything to substantiate that. So,
and this is why earlier at the pre-show, when they were talking about quality of your questions will always determine the quality of your results. When you go and you see people espousing on social media and Instagram that they're experts in marketing, that they're experts in operations, they're experts in finance, they're experts at building teams. And then you look at them and you realize they work by themselves from home. There's nothing wrong with working from home, but they have no team. So everything they have to tell you after that, if they're talking about building teams and they have no team, then you can just pretty much assume the rest of what they're telling you is bullshit.
Yeah, and the world has changed over the last 2 years. Recruiting has changed dramatically. We were actually in the pool yesterday. That's how we spent 4th of July. We were in the pool. We're making some new friends, some new contacts. And this woman that was talking to us said that she is in the model recruitment business. She has an agency for models. And
top models.
Like top
like me,
Tokyo,
like I would be
New
a client
York.
if I wasn't busy.
Yes, that, not that. And she was, this ties perfectly into the topic for tonight, which is all about marketing. She was saying her entire business has been turned upside down with the social changes that have taken place over the last 2 years. And instead of embracing social media, she kind of put her head in the sand for the last 5 to 8 years and said, oh no, it's not going to affect my industry. Well, it very much did get affected over COVID, and it very much got affected during Black Lives Matter.
And she said that they picked because what they used to look for in a model has dynamically changed in the
Beauty
last
standards have changed
in the last 60 to 90 or last 2 years. So because she didn't stay up with social media, the evolution of what is hot now from that type of a business has dynamically changed, but she's not in front of any of it because she wasn't making herself present. So now all of a sudden she's obsolete in theory.
For sure. And she's doing everything that she can to pivot. And then she asked us, hey, what do you guys do? We're like, oh, we actually help business owners pivot. And part of what we've been doing over the last 2 years during COVID is create a group of people that meet every single Tuesday night to talk about, hey, what is actually working in an economy that is July 5th, 2022. And so I know we have a worksheet tonight to go over all things marketing. Oh, look at Dimitri is already hitting the chat with the link. We also have the QR code if you want to scan it. So you can click the link or hit the QR code to get the downloadable for what we're going to talk about as it relates to marketing. I hope she's on this call tonight. I invited her to come so that she could learn what we are teaching you guys about what you need to do as it relates to marketing. And as Ashley mentioned earlier in the 10X Owners Live show, Brandon, 3 years ago, can I have him give you an impression? Just 3 years ago, B. Dawson over here did not have social media accounts, still called them the YouTube and the Instagram.
Hi, it's Brandon Dawson here.
They're very low angles, but very close.
Or like this. Hi, it's great because I have trifocals on, so I could see in my camera. It was like this, so everything was shooting up my nose.
And what would you talk about?
Helping business owners. I mean, my content was solid.
They're called caterpillar stories. You guys have all watched people's caterpillar stories. Some of you guys might have watched them last night, where somebody uploads 4 different stories, 15-second stories, makes up 60 seconds, where it is the same drawn on thing. It was probably a fireworks last night. Somebody just entirely uploading their fireworks. No, that's not engaging or interesting, right? So how do you learn how to promote yourself? How do you learn this marketing game? And how do you make it so that it's not somebody else who's responsible for this in your business, as you are the business owner and responsible for that image and that message? So with the worksheets, do you want to touch on the first P?
Yeah. So what we try to do is exactly what we've done, because we've learned from the world's greatest promoter and marketer, which is Grant Cardone. And so what we've done is all the business concepts and things that I've created, we started adding to the things that we'd already created that we didn't know how to do. So if you think about it, like, I'm not on here trying to tell you guys, hey, I'm the greatest guy in the world, although I do believe that Natalie thinks I am. So
for those of you who are new, we are married. So we didn't say that earlier.
She is my wife.
You're my husband.
And I am a lucky man. So look, but this goes to the first P, to suggest the reason that she's with me is because I'm the second greatest promoter in the world. So we talk about the P's. What we've done is try to break down what we've learned and what we've applied, the results that have occurred from it. And now we're teaching it and telling you. So we created some easy concepts to remember. And one is the first P of the 4 P's. So the 4 P's, just so you understand, it's a concept.
3.
No, I understand.
They only have the first 3. They don't have the 4th.
Yeah, but they'll need to learn the 4th eventually. So the first P is promote. And there are multiple promotes. And see, the problem with business owners is they promote when they start their business. They start talking about, I'm going to start a business. Then they promote the idea that they're gonna do a website, and then they go tell everybody how excited they are. They finally left their job. They started their own new business. They love working with clients. They like to hand pick. They love being their own boss. They love being in charge of their time. So they promote all this. And then as they get busier and busier and the business starts to struggle because of the operational aspect of building a business, they start promoting to everybody how hard it is and how difficult it is and how nobody appreciates them and how hard it is to get a good paying client and how clients don't so you got to remember that the promote is the thing that you absolutely have to be the most committed to, because the 4th P, so you got promote, profit, process, and then people. The P that's not on here is people, because until you learn to manage and have the resilience to control your own mind, you're never going to hire people. Because if you're promoting the problems, if you're promoting what's wrong, if you're promoting how hard it is, if you're promoting that you can't make money, if these are your promotes, then people won't want to work with you because they'll believe that you don't know what you're doing. So when you think of promotion, you got to not only think about like how you position yourself in the market, how you communicate about your value proposition, how you communicate your pricing and your deliverable. Promote is all things you do and all you do while you're always doing everything. And if you lose sight of that, you're going to get yourself in trouble.
What do you think the line is? And I know business owners struggle with this, so I'm asking this question on behalf of you guys. The line between promoting the good stuff that's happening, but also promoting those things that are potentially challenging for you, although they're relatable and it's likely the content that people would like, where you're more documenting versus creating content. What's your stance?
Well, there's nothing wrong with promoting struggle as long as you're promoting a solution. If you're a person that's promoting struggle and not a solution, then people are going to lose confidence that they should listen to you. So look, I'm not talking about, like, there's plenty of people. We talked about all the phony balonies that are on social media promoting, oh, I'll help you grow your business. Oh, I'll help you market it. Oh, I'll help you hire a great team. And they don't have anybody working for them. They've never built a business and they're just selling shit online. So that is a form of promotion. But what I'm talking about is promoting what you do, promoting why you do it, promoting who you do it for, promoting the impact that people can expect by trusting you and doing it with you, promoting the reason you're doing it, the enthusiasm, the excitement, that what you're compelled to do, promoting people into why they should join you and why they should be excited to work with you, and then promoting your people up the ladder to help you build the business. So promoting people into positions where they can support and help you. So when you think about the importance and significance of just the word promote, it's not marketing, it's not advertising, it's not an ad. Promotion is everything. Now, to the extent that you're bullshitting in your promote, you're going to get yourself in trouble. To the extent you're fabricating your promote, you'll eventually get yourself in trouble. So what you want to do is you want to find the little wins. You can promote why you're doing what you're doing. You can promote the impact of what you want to create. You can promote the opportunity to do it with you. But for example, if I'm promoting the opportunity for Natalie to come join me, I'm like, I'll teach you how to make 250 grand a year. And Natalie says, Brandon, you're the owner of the business. How much money do you make? And if I go 80 grand, then why would Natalie believe my promote of making 250? So I wouldn't do that. What I'd do is I'd promote to Natalie, if you come work with me, I'll teach you how to make 80 grand, which is what I'm making. So you got to have authenticity in your promote, or people will not give you credibility. So promoting.
I like that. That was good.
Promoting.
You have to have authenticity in your promotion, or else you won't have credibility in your promotion.
That's right. And so you got the hardest part in business is finding how to make things work. And then you got to promote it to everyone who will listen to it.
Thank you, Jared, for that. I'm interested because this is an interactive show. We are very much live. I want to know, in the chat, there are 356 of you guys on the call right now. What could you promote over the next 60 seconds that would push your business forward? Put it in the chat. What could you promote? How could you use that you're on a 10X? I'll give you some hints. How could you use that you're on a 10X Owners live call right now to say, hey, I'm promoting the fact that I'm growing in my business. I'm learning from people who are credible in order to be the best business owner, the best entrepreneur, the best leadership. Like, what could you use in your environment right now? Maybe there's a book in front of you, the book that you're reading right now. Hey, I'm learning about this thing so that I can take my business to the next level. What are you learning about? How else could they promote right now? What could you promote? I'm trying to see if you guys are picking up what he's putting down, because I think people are unclear on this. Our awesome mentors, for sure. Who wants some business transformation and process logic? My experience in a downturning market, constant training. I post what I learned here and give credit for this. Reading traction, mastermind, how I can automate your business.
Yeah. So look, reading a book, for example, promoting that you're reading a book is good, but only to the extent that you apply it and it has results. So if you're telling somebody, hey, I read this book, I read the 10X rule, and you're like, oh my gosh, what are you applying it to? Well, I'm applying it to my weight, and you're not managing your weight, or you're applying it to your business, but you're not managing your business, or you say you're applying it to your lifestyle, but you're not having the lifestyle that you state you want. So the issue with promote is you got to promote into your strengths. You got to promote into the things you're actually doing. Somebody wrote earlier, what about over promise, over deliver? I've got no problem with over promising in your promote, but you better deliver, because there's 3 components to every business: flow, conversion, retention. And if you over promise and get flow and you under deliver, you'll lose retention and your business will fail. I promise you that. So will your reputation.
Yeah, and I think just a tip for you guys, because some of you guys are putting some like generic things that you could promote. I like literally mean in the next 60 seconds, like if you were to pull out your phone and be like, go on video, make it a selfie video, and you were to promote something about what you're doing right now, what could you promote that you could tie it to? Hey, I'm doing this thing, or this is happening in my business, or I just had the most incredible call with a team member who is achieving their goals. What I would promote right now, this would be an example for Cardinal Ventures. I just approved the freaking baddest ass video of Cardinal Ventures team members. It's like 5 minutes long of these selfie videos that our team members took about wins that they're having inside our business. I can hardly wait to tell him later tonight. I would promote that, be like, oh my gosh, what an incredible video that our team just put out. Hey, if you're looking to join the Cardinal Ventures team, click the link below, go to cardinalventures.com/careers. That's the type of promotion that we're talking about. It's like something that's happening in your life right now that you can use to promote the thing that you want more of. Is it more team members? Is it more contracts? Is it more customers? Is it more relationships? Like, What is it in your life that you need to promote so that you're getting more of that thing because you're likely having problems or challenges? Little fun fact behind Cardone Ventures, anything that we're promoting, anything that we have attention on, it means that we have not hit our target. If we've hit our target at something, we're not likely going to promote it. It's oversold, but anything that's active, any project, any open deal, like we're going to promote that thing because we're trying to get it filled. So those things that you have targets around that you're under the target, we just started a brand new quarter. We're 5 days into a month. Hopefully most people aren't off target yet, 5 days a month, but let's say you are. How do you start promoting that thing now and giving it attention and giving it targets so that as you get closer to what the deadline is, you're actually closer to hitting your target? It's not just this like, oh, I'm going to promote that I'm trying to get new business. Like that's going to be too nebulous for you to actually learn how to pivot the content that is in front of you every single day. Another example, like I'd use Brandon's 10X hat and be like, you guys ready to 10X for the business bootcamp this weekend? Click the link below. Like I'm using things that are in my physical environment to draw people into the target that I have for the promotion that I'm trying to get across.
And I'll give you a little secret because I'm reading some things in here. Like I would promote the quality of my product. I would promote the hard work I do. Look, honestly, nobody cares, right?
We were just talking about this morning.
Nobody cares.
No one cares how hard you work.
No one cares how hard you work. And no one really cares about the
one.
quality of your product, because if you're authentic and you're having success, there should be a natural assumption that your product quality is remarkable. So instead of promoting the quality of your product, promote the impact that your product or your service creates. The best promotion is when it's not even coming from you. If you listen to Grant Cardone and you listen to why he promotes, first, he doesn't promote to get new customers. He promotes to remind himself what he's doing. Second, he promotes for his team to be able to see that this is the real deal. The poster or the ad, sometimes it's just for the team to go watch it and remind them that this is the real deal. Eventually he's promoting to get a client. But for those of you that want to promote the quality of the product or the quality of or your price, like don't even promote your price. Price is only an issue in the absence of value. So promote the value and then you won't haggle on the price. Look, nobody cares. I've run 1,400 people through our 10X 360. It's the most expensive 2-day program that I think anybody's going to go to in this marketplace. And even Grant, when we launched it, said, boy, this is a big number. But we've run almost 1,400 businesses through. Not one of them has asked for a refund. Not one of them has come and said, I went to that program and it didn't help me. So I'm not promoting. Now, what did I just promote? I just promoted. Think about what I just said there. I just promoted, we have the most expensive 2-day program in the marketplace. Now, how can we get away with having the single most expensive 2-day program in the marketplace and run almost 1,400 people through it? See the nuance in the promote? I'm informing you, we've run 1,400 people through that have been glad to pay the $40K. Many of them are on this call right now. And so I'm even okay in the promote to say, if anybody has got any questions or concerns, or if you've been through the program and you didn't get value, I'll bring you on right now and we'll have a live call and I'll start asking you questions about what you applied. See, when you're confident you promote everything. But what you promote is you promote the impact. You promote the things you want people to remember. What do I want you to remember? I want you to remember, if you're going to spend money with me, it ain't going to be cheap. It'll be the most amount of money you've ever spent, because now I got your attention. The second thing I want you to know, that you're not alone, because so many people before you made such a great decision by spending that money with us, and they've had so much success. And then the third piece that I want to inform you is that nobody complains, nobody asks for their monies back, and everyone talks about how they made all their money. So those are 3 things I just promoted without telling you even what the program is. I haven't told you what it is if you don't know. I haven't told you what the product is or the deliverable. It doesn't matter. If you spend 40 grand with me and the team, and you make 250 grand or $1 million or $5 million, you're not going to care what the product deliverable is. You're going to find out when you come. So what you need to know is, are you available to come so that you can change your life? Like, see, these are all promotes, but I'm not telling you anything. I'm not saying what I do. I'm not excusing the price. This is all built into the promote. What you got to learn to do is promote, but you have to be able to follow through with your promote. So don't over promote. And then where you have a weakness, convert it. So if we have a weakness, we're like, hey, let me give you an example. We did have a lady come through the 10X 360. She went home. She didn't get what she wanted out of it. So she called me. I had a conversation with her, and then she said that we were a scam. Okay, I'm promoting that. So you could probably find her. She's got blue hair, and she wrote all this stuff on the internet about us being a scam. Now, here's the thing. When I called her to say you'd left the program 2 days ago, you sat at dinner with the people that you sat at dinner and said, this is the greatest 2-day event you've ever had. You've gone home now. Why is it a scam? And she's like, it's too hard to implement. I wanted you guys to do more work for me, and you tried to sell me another workshop. I said, but you came into it knowing that we weren't going to build you a compensation program. And when you asked the question, if I want a compensation program, we told you that Finance Essentials does the compensation program. So what did we not tell you that you thought you're going to get? Long story short, we go through the whole gyration, and I say to her, look, here's the deal. Maybe what you should do is come to a People's Essentials, because I just pulled up your Indeed, and you have 9 employee postings, all ranking you a 1, saying you're the most horrible boss I've ever worked for. So there's your promotion. Like, your promotion is you have 9 employees that have all said you lie, you misrepresent, you treat your customers poorly, you treat your employees poorly, and there's 9 postings on the internet about that. So here's my promote. Like, what are you going to do to fix that? And what's your response? And then she went in talking about how they were all awful employees, which is why she was talking shit about us, because she's a broken human being. And all I can say to you is that when you have that kind of stuff, you should promote it, convert it to a positive. Like, do me a favor. If everybody in your business thinks that you're a horrible boss and they all post things about you, and you're the kind of person that wants to blame everything that goes on in your life and you want no accountability or acceptance, here's my promote. Don't come. Please do not come. Don't sit in the room with business owners who are striving to get better. Don't be in an environment around people who are investing so that they can go home and grow. Don't waste time, energy, and effort from the people around you trying to suck the life of the room out of you, being the same person you were when you came in the room, which is why you had problems in the first place. Just don't come. So now what am I doing? I'm promoting what I don't want. So as long as you're convinced and you got the backup for your promote, you should be promoting everything. Most importantly, just like all the people that are on here, you should be promoting the impact of the life-changing work that you could do for people or your product does for people. I'm not talking about promoting product. I'm talking about promoting the impact. Mm-hmm. So sometimes the thing you do, it doesn't even matter if you like it or not, but it could change somebody else's life, getting the opportunity to do it with you or for someone you do it for. So promote the benefit, features, benefits, and advantages.
Straight out of Card on You.
I was teaching that in the hearing aid industry 15 years ago.
Were you?
Yeah. That's how we sell hearing aids, feature, benefit, and advantage. Don't talk about price. Don't talk about aesthetics. Don't talk about the type of hearing loss. Nobody cared about that. We're talking about, hey, you came in here. What did you want when you left? I want to hear better. And in what environments would you like to hear better? In these environments. And if we could do that for you, what would stop you from moving forward? Nothing. Great. We'll do this. We'll be committed to your success. That's why we built the largest, most profitable hearing care business in North America. And some of the people I see that are on here, so they know that came from that business or are in that business. So look, you don't need to talk about price. You don't need to talk about whatever. You just need to talk about the impact that you're creating in the world and fall through with it.
Well, if I could just remind you for a second, when I first picked up a Grant Cardone book, I picked up Sell or Be Sold. And I was telling you that all of this guy's stuff sounds just like your stuff.
I know it does.
And you were not interested in listening to it. You were not having it.
I was jealous because I said a lot of that stuff. I taught a lot of that stuff, but I did not get big.
Oh, he doesn't know
because you know what?
About.
I was small. I was this big. I had 4 social media followers. I was this big.
4 is too many.
I wasn't committed. You know, I thought I was, but I wasn't. I can tell you right now, did Grant work for Brandon at one time? No, Grant did not work for me. Although we did think about hiring him in 2011 to speak on the 10X rule at one of our events. I'm glad we didn't because it could have been awkward re-meeting him. But I can tell you right now, Natalie's like, man, this guy and you are so aligned. And I was like, watched one YouTube video and I saw that promote and I shut it down. But fortunately,
and now you've even developed one of the, you just did it right there. Shut it down.
I
You
know,
like
I
have
can't
this
help it.
like Grant Cardone little voice thing that you do when you're talking every once in a while.
I know I'm look, model and mimic and master what works.
We're talking about the P's right now. Can you not throw
Sorry.
the M's at these people?
Sorry,
These
but if
poor
you're new
people.
to this, man,
And
there's so
I'm
many
now-
concepts that can make you wealthy. You just got to learn them all.
Sometimes it blows my mind, like this promote thing. I know you guys hear us talk about promote, but to me, it was so helpful to like, this is what you should be doing with your team members as well. Actually having you guys write down what you think we mean when we say promote is invaluable. Because I think half of you guys have the promote concept a little wrong. Like it's promoting this other thing. It's not in the context that we're talking about of like the promotion that you could be doing right now in the second, not a long marketing campaign, not some thought out product review or getting customer testimonials. Those things are great, but what could you promote right now in this moment? And there's no shortage of ideas. Does anybody know what Grant Cardone talks about when he says commitment? Oh boy, I'm blanking on this.
What
does he say? Creativity
follows commitment?
Thank you. Jeez
Yeah,
Louise.
that's right,
I made a lot longer in my head.
I probably wrote that. Some point.
Creativity follows commitment. Marketing creativity, the ability to promote something. It's not like, oh, I'm going to sit in this comfortable chair and read coffee and figure out what new campaign I can come up with. No, it's saying in the next 30 seconds, I'm going to promote my business. I'm going to promote that I am a good person and that people should do business with me. Therefore, what creativity do I need to come up with in order to commit to the fact that I'm going to promote myself right now, not later, not tomorrow, not in a week, not when the product actually launches. No, I'm going to promote myself right now. And you guys are doing things. 381 of you are on here doing things that you should be promoting. Like your competition is not on this call right now. The people that you just want to crush, we have those people. We talk about them every once in a while.
You could be promoting, hey, I just came off the
Oh
best
my
business call that I've
gosh.
ever had. You should all hit your Instagram, your social media. You should run an ad. If you're still paper, you should go print an ad and do a postcard. I used to call it paper, carpet bombing, when you just send all those big postcards out in your little town. You should carpet bomb if you don't have social media because you ain't figured it out yet. You should go print those 6x9 cards and say, I just learned something new that's going to blow up your business. Call this number or click this link. Like just promote something, just make noise. Most people won't remember what you said or who you are anyway. They'll remember your slogan or your, some of you put your picture on it. They'll remember your mug. So look, at the end of the day, in fact, I didn't have my mug on my business cards. Natalie forced me at the first Growth Con to make new business cards. And she put my picture on. I said, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Why would you put my picture on the business card?
Every idea I've ever come up with at first,
4 days
first
later,
words out of his mouth are, this is a dumb idea.
4 days later,
Luckily,
we're
I
watching
don't
social.
listen.
We're watching I'm watching my one follower on Instagram. And all of a sudden you see this post, Grant Cardone takes my business card and he shoots a video on it. He says, this is my buddy. Everybody needs to know my buddy.
Right here.
Good dude. This is no bullshit. I think I had 208 social media on Instagram, 208 followers. I went to 8,800 followers in 4 days.
All because of what?
All because of Grant's post.
All because of what?
Because you did the picture on the card.
Thank you. Jeez Louise. We've gone over this. We've rehearsed this before.
So why don't we take some questions? See if we have any good questions on the power of promotion.
Okay,
So to
we have
ask questions, you got to have your cameras on.
Our team had a list of
Okay,
questions.
then let the team pull it up. We'll just answer.
Dimitri, do your thing. I think Dimitri said Donna. Is there a Donna in the house? She's waving. What's up, Donna?
Hi, I'm just about to do a marketing campaign. I met with the marketing team yesterday, who I met through Cardone U, actually. And we're about to do a landing page, which I'd never had on a website before. So my question is, how do the leads come across from the landing page?
From the promotion?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Man, this is something I didn't understand either.
yeah, so look, it's like if you have a QR code or a text number or a link, right? So when they land on it, they hit the link and then it's got a registration page. That registration page should be fed into your CRM is the problem. Most people don't have a CRM. So whatever you're promoting needs to link to that landing page. That landing page needs to link to something that captures the data.
Okay.
But who's setting this up for you?
His name's Alan Fry. He's one of the people that's in the Cardone U.
Our Cardone U people?
Yeah.
So look, they know how to do it because Grant, they do this stuff all the time. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that go and hire these kids to do marketing. In fact, I think I probably did it a few times.
Brandon has hired and brought me so many kids to do marketing.
And I realize I don't need the kids. I need the people that understand how the engineering works.
Yeah.
Like, you got to make sure, but you're working with a Cardone person. So they know what they're doing.
Yeah. But for those of you, just like, since we're on marketing topics, because I didn't understand this and I felt kind of silly asking this question, like the difference between a website versus a landing page. I didn't actually know what the difference between these two things were. And so to explain this to you, a website, you can do multiple things on a website. You could learn, if you go to the Cardone Ventures website, you could meet our team. You could go through a whole assortment of products. You could book a call with somebody. You can get more information. A website is like a catch-all for everything. Websites do not really convert well because people find information there, but they're not actually going there for a specific purpose. Whereas a landing page, which is what she's talking about, you go to a landing page and you can only do one thing. You cannot do 15 things on a landing page. The page that is in this, or our team dropped some of our landing pages in there right now, cardoneventures.com/marketing.
Yeah, how about our program? Let's promote our program.
It's a landing page.
Let's promote,
all you can do,
because we show you how to do all this.
There's the.
I'm in that.
You are, so we'll see you in just a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But this is a classic example. So you put your QR code that's on the landing page that feeds into the data, and then we can communicate with you to make sure that we're all on the same page.
Yeah, if you guys click on that link that was just put in the chat, that's 10x.com. Oh, now I can't find you guys. That was 10x.com.
Marketing essentials.
Marketing essentials. The only thing you can do on this page, this is just a little marketing tutorial. The only thing you can do is click, yes, I'm ready to 10x my marketing. You cannot buy something. You can't find out more about Grant or Brandon. It is the sole purpose of this page is for us to get a lead that picks a time to book a call, puts their information in and hits confirm. That is it. So with landing pages, they're tied out to very specific initiatives for products or services that you are promoting that you want to be capturing either information for, having them purchase something on.
Yeah, so we're going to do it so that we have, it's sort of like we do support work with disability clients. So the landing page is going to have a link for a download, a free download of information of what we do that other companies don't do. So it's just sort of like a digital support worker do this for you, and then a few questions. And then if they want more information, to give us their phone number, their name and email, and then they can go in to get the download.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
And one of the first things when you put something like this in place, guys, the first thing that you need to figure out is where marketing and sales combine. Marketing has done its job once it's delivered you a lead. What is the shortest amount of time that you can follow up with that lead? If they've purchased, if they didn't purchase, if they are just coming off of something that's free, how could you make that process to where you're following up within seconds? Now, ideally you could follow, I mean, most people can't figure out seconds, but how could you follow up within 5 minutes? How could you follow, what can you commit to for the follow-up of that lead? Because you have just spent so much time, energy, and money getting the attention of that person, and your conversion rate goes down significantly when you put time in between somebody opting into something and then you reaching out.
All right. We got a marketing workshop. So they can come to the marketing workshop. Let's get the next question.
Oh my
here.
goodness.
All right, let's get to the next question.
What? Just because you're not talking right now
Let's
doesn't
go.
mean that it's not
Just somebody who's
information.
picking the questions.
Just like, okay, first of
All
all,
right,
you're encroaching on my space. Let me just Paul, you were gonna pick on
Paul, come on, Paul. That's right.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good, man.
Good, man. So Natalie, I met you at Power Room in Tampa back in March.
Yes.
And Brandon, I met you at Power Room a couple weeks ago in Nashville.
Awesome to see you.
Yeah, man. So my question for both of you, every discipline has this challenge, right? So the challenge that I'm trying to, or the problem I'm trying to solve today is how do you close the gap, specifically with marketing, in between developing your strategy, right? Sitting in the boardroom, whiteboarding out your strategy with your team, and the execution of that strategy. So a lot of businesses, as you know, struggle with the fact that they have this gap in between building of strategy, execution of strategy. So what insight could you give to the team here about how to close that gap?
Yeah, so great question. So while we're building 10X Health, and we are not prepared, so I'm going back 4 or 5 months now, we were not prepared to actually bring on anybody from a franchise standpoint or an affiliate standpoint, or even we didn't need to hire a bunch of nurses, but we started promoting 10X Health and what we're building and using different message points, and accumulated almost 4,500 people that raised their hand before we even launched the product or the platform or the service. And so we've been doing this on multiple things. That same with our business advisory program. So I started talking about it, I don't know, at GrowthCon, I mentioned it, and I talk about it over and over and over. Now we have 127 people that are in the queue, that when we do our first business advisory meeting, which is happening at the end of the month, they're stating they want to come so they can learn if they can become a business advisor. So my experience is, and building companies and sitting in those boardrooms, is too much conversations going on in the boardrooms with people that actually don't know what they're talking about. They're all being hypothetical, and then they want to go find data to support their position. And we've been through that even the last 3 years here. And the best thing to do is what Grant does. He'll go out and post on all his channels a question, A or B, and he'll poll 300, 400, 500 people. And if you're getting ready to launch a business, something with your business that's new or innovative or unique, you should just start promoting it and then seeing how many people actually care, and then having conversations with them about, hey, if this did roll out, what would be the features, benefits, advantages? What would you use it for? How would you want to deploy it? So this is what research is anyway, market research. But most people are sitting back either waiting to figure out after they launch, and they don't even know what people want before they launch. So I would just promote the hell out of it. You can have multiple promotes going on and see what is gravitating people's attention. And then you go build that thing. So we have, at Cardinal Ventures, we probably have, I don't know, 18 to 22 different things that we could do at any given moment in time during the day. We're promoting all of them. And then when there's a massive movement into 1, 2, or 3 of them, then we'll put all our money behind that and fill those gas tanks up. And then we'll trickle the other things out over time as the next product development. I think too many businesses get stuck on their great idea and the market doesn't even care about it. So I would have 2 or 3 big problems you solve. Like, what do you do? What's your business?
Well, I'm asking to unmute.
You got to unmute. Sorry.
Sorry about that.
So what's your particular
There
business?
we go. So good business consulting. We're working with those small to medium-sized businesses on how to bridge that gap. So, I do a lot of strategy sessions, right? And what I've found is I try to hold businesses or clients accountable for the execution of that strategy. And that's that's the code that I'm trying to crack is how to, once you leave the boardroom with everybody who thinks they got the best idea, how to hold the rest of the team accountable, because you go from upper level management to, the execution level. And a lot of times those two groups are disconnected with strategy, right? So,
yeah, so let me tell you, it takes, and you should be one of those people right now that's coming to our business advisory program at the end of July, because 30th. You're in this business. But let me explain for all of you that are in the business of advising and helping business owners. Let me explain something to you. There's 3 successful actions to help a business owner. First, the vision. What are we doing? Why are we doing it? What's the big purpose? Because behind the vision either elevates or diminishes belief. So you need the vision. Then you need a commitment. If you can't gain and garnish the commitment of the team towards the vision, you're going to have inaction. which is a loss of momentum, which is why a lot of consultants, advisors struggle, because the team sits in the room, but they're not truly committed as a unified team. You might have a few people on the team committed, but not a unified team. And then the third component is execution. What is the very specific execution steps that each person on a granular level is going to take to support the next person in order to have the unified vision impacted based on all the technical movements everyone's making together? And that is harder to get that kind of buy-in. This is what Jim Collins, all his work, Good to Great, Great by Choice, How the Mighty Fall. And it happens in bloated, huge companies. And it happens in all size companies, except for in a company that's owned and run by the entrepreneur, because they're the ones that are picking and choosing, but they don't know how to get the commitment from their team. And then they don't know how to drive execution deep in the business. So at all three levels, from small, medium to large, it is the same implication. Those three levers have to be pulled together, and they have to be approached from a unified perspective. And that's the hardest part of leadership. And so it plagues bloated organization, mid-level organization, and entrepreneurs, because they don't know how to lead teams in order to drive that impact. So I would say to you, you need to come see how we do it, Paul, because at the end of the day, you actually need to have the support of all three of those categories behind you, which is why we formulated our business advisory program, because you got to operationalize and weaponize the concept. Otherwise, nothing happens.
So good.
Great have you. It's great to have you here too, Paul.
All right, who? do you wanna
Samuel?
pick
Let's go,
next?
Samuel.
What's up, Samuel? Is that a sunrise or a sunset behind you? That's what I want to know.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good.
I think I'm gonna go on the 21st, 22nd to the 360.
Awesome.
What do you mean you
Yeah.
think?
You think, or you're going to? You're committed, or you're not?
I am going there.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
see you guys
awesome.
there.
We'll be there looking for you.
We will be there.
And well, following Paul, especially on marketing, where do you get? I mean, once we have the idea of the marketing, let's say this concept, we need to do it. Where do you get the data to do the marketing every hour of the day? Where do you get the data from our brain, from our mind? I mean, that's something that I've been trying to ask you.
Yeah. So what kind of business are you in?
I'm a broker and a builder.
Okay. So the way I get my data is I create a situation like.
You're breaking up.
Yeah. I don't,
Well, sorry about that.
you pushed the mute button. I was watching you do it. Not sure
Well,
why.
why'd you keep talking?
I don't
about
know.
it?
I don't know. I was like, what's she doing? Maybe I missed something. I'm not the technician here. So yeah, she cut me off on purpose.
Too much.
So you do it by going out and talking to people, like the caveman approach to marketing. I mean, you go out and talk to people. You see someone, when's the last time you saw someone building something that's consistent with what you built, and you just stopped by the project site and said, who's in charge? Who's doing this? What's the owner's name? I'd like to talk to him. And I actually called that person. Said, I noticed you're building a building. I do the exact same thing. Are you thinking of doing a secondary market, or are you pleased with the current person you have on your project site? Like it's just grassroots stuff. You got to go out and talk to people. And you got to, and then once you find 1, 2, or 3 customers, you get them to refer other people to you. Our best clients that do business with us came from somebody who came through a 10X 360 and crushed it and said to their friend, when their friend said, how are you killing it right now? They're like, I went to this program. Those are our best clients. So the hardest part in business is creating those clients and then getting those clients to become your advocate. So you need to get into that. What are you doing? It's pretty fancy. She's got all the tech gadgets going. So once you start having that success, you use that success to promote to the type. All of you should know what your avatar is. Like you should all think about the 1, 2, or 3 customers you've done business with in the last 12 months. And you say to yourself, man, if I could have every customer be like those customers, my business would be a dream come true. And then you should write down those attributes of the avatar, how you found the avatar, what you did for them, what you said to them to get them to do business with you. Then you should go to those avatars and say, why did you do business? And how do you feel about it? Then you should get them to shoot testimonials or do things in writing. And then all your landing pages should be talking about that, what you want to attract in your life.
I remember back when I took on our marketing department earlier this year, and the first thing I did was called Grant Cardone. We follow this formula. And when you do something new, one of the first things you're supposed to ask when you're in a new position is what is needed and wanted. And then in order to be good at that thing and to go to the next level, you deliver what was needed and wanted of you in that new role. And so I called Grant and I was like, GC, what is needed and wanted from your standpoint on Cardone Ventures marketing? And one of the things, I had this list and I went through it with somebody who's much more qualified than me to run our marketing department. His name's Jeremy. He was on the call last week. I went through this list with him last week of all the things that Grant Cardone hated about Cardone Ventures marketing. And one of the notes that I put on there that Grant just like hammered on was ask the customer who has done business with you, why did they do business with you? Like, what was the thing that made them do business with you? We have this internal fight. Is it marketing? Is it sales? Is it people? Is it finance? Is it operation? What's the thing that business owners are struggling with? And so instead of just guessing or feeling like we're just making it up, we sent out a survey to all of our clients who had done a 360 and said, hey, what was the reason that you decided to move forward with 360? What was the thing? Because once you can figure out what that thing is, if in some cases you don't know, but you have this avatar and this data already out there, survey them and say, hey, what was the reason? And when you get that information, then you double down on those things that they said to get more people like that. Okay, I know that Anne.
Yeah, we have to. There's two Anns on here, and she's double. She's got 42 channels running right now, so she can ask her question. So we're gonna go ahead. You got to turn one off though.
Boy.
Here we go. How do we get her to unmute? One of those has to. Oh,
Unmute. Okay.
there you go.
That better?
Yes.
All right. I actually wanted you to put the beautiful backdrop one on, but anyway, I'm still the same person. So first of all, success or progress story. I never used to do any follow-up. Honest to God, I didn't want people to say that I was a pushy Black Jamaican woman. So I was very laid back. Since I've started on this, I have been following up. As a result, I am now bidding on the biggest piece of business I've ever had in Dubai.
Can you get closer to the your microphone's intermittent, Annie?
And anyway, I did lots of follow-up. We've been on like 4 Zoom calls. They have me on their WhatsApp group. I've never done that before. Usually with third parties, I just ask them what they want, send over the proposal, and then they vanish into thin air. So
Nice.
Thank you very much for that. I'm making some progress.
Yeah, good for
Fantastic.
you. Just keep it up.
So
Massive action.
my next question is to do with trying to promote an ebook. I have sold over the years tons of articles and reports, and I put them all together in an ebook, and it ain't working. So I need some strategies, and I popped under my other identity. I popped the link to a LinkedIn post I did. This is the 3rd time I'm trying to promote this. It ain't working. I'm doing something wrong. What tips do you have for promoting ebooks?
Are you coming to our marketing essentials workshop?
Sorry, I have to put the volume up here. Go ahead.
Are you already registered for a marketing essentials workshop?
Not at this point, but I will definitely take it at some point. 100% committed. I will do it.
Well, I would recommend if you're trying to make the most of a Christmas in July special to get advice in July to actually have this thing sell, because I don't know that Christmas in August and Christmas in September is going to be the thing.
Now, Boxing Week, Black Friday.
Yeah, look, it's like marketing and promoting. So when you think of promote is something that you do all the time in every way. Marketing, advertising, all that is a process to the promote. So can you put it back on? Because the stuff you're looking at.
This is her ebook.
I know,
This
but
is what she wants
I wanna,
feedback on.
I know, but
I got lots of feedback for why this is
I got
working.
lots of feedback too, but I think
I would love to hear.
the right venue for this is the marketing workshop where we can actually show you what to do about it versus just I don't want to criticize it. It's just
Criticize it. If it ain't working, it ain't working. You know, I got to put on my big girl pants and take it.
well, I think what you got to do is learn how to fix it. And so I think when you're structuring this kind of stuff, talking to experts and putting it together the right way is really important. So right now it just looks like if I got this in my LinkedIn box, I would immediately delete it. So
Ouch. Okay.
it's just, look, people get pinged all the time. And so that something's got to get their attention. But when there's so much information, if I saw something that said Christmas in July, I'd be like, I don't even know. I don't even know why
Yeah, I think just two pieces. I know we're running out of time on this call, but the emojis make it look really spammy. I think that's a piece of it. It's like, it seems like it's spam. And the different font usage between target audience and Christmas in July. It's like, it doesn't look like somebody who was consistently putting it together was really applying thoughtful copy. I can't remember what it's called, copy aesthetics, I think. And then also like, what is the thing? Because it does mention like it's 14 strategies, it's 16 tools, but then it's one chapter of an 11-page excerpt of my ebook with one of our 16 tools. So is it the 16 tools? Is it a 90-page interactive ebook? It's just like, you need to groove in the one message. Hey, download this 20-page thing, or hey, make sure that you pay attention to my X, and then you continue to repeat that.
Yeah, pick one problem you're
over
solving.
and over.
Pick one problem you're solving and just have that be there, because no one's going to read all that stuff. The thing I can tell you guys, when people send me stuff, if you just like when you're communicating, you have the first 20 seconds to grab somebody's attention. And if you blow it in the first 20 seconds, they're not listening to you anyway. So it's like when I sold my business. Hi, I'm Brandon Dawson. I have a $35 million company that makes $2 million a year. If you acquired me, I could add $2 billion worth of value to your business, and I want 10%. That was my sales pitch, like really clear. And then people would say, what makes you think you can get that kind of value for your company? Or how do you think you could add 2 billion of value to my company? And it just kept getting deeper and deeper and deeper. When you guys vomit all this stuff, then you're not grabbing, you're trying to like capture everything somebody is thinking and steer them into something, but it's confusing. And remember what I said, everybody who watches this, a confused mind always finds failure. Totally. So anytime you look at something and the first instinct is, it's a little confusing, it's going to cause failure. And the other thing I'll tell you is there's no experts out there in the marketplace that I've been able to see that do this better than Grant. Grant will take a message, go look at how Grant promotes, and if something sticks, he'll start building campaigns around it. So go out and promote a thing, not everything. And then if the thing that sticks, if you do it over 7 or 8 days, pick that thing and go deep in it and see where you can take it from there. And I would strongly suggest anybody that's trying to create a market position to come to the Marketing Essentials so that we can have all of our experts in the room showing you all structurally using real data, how to put all this stuff together.
Yeah, I think that's the key piece, because all of us can think that we have the next greatest idea, right? Christmas in July. I'm sure I could come up with an idea like that. The only way that you're going to know if it sticks is by the data. And if it's not sticking, don't get attached to your idea. Just move on to the next in order for you to figure out how to market and properly pitch the product, service, offering, business, yourself, whatever it is that you're selling. Our Marketing Essentials workshop is ridiculous. Like, I'm just going to tell you, it is absolutely ridiculous, because your ability to get clear on the message, your ability, it's not so much strategy around marketing. It's actually like, how do you do this so that you feel confident and you're not just hiring somebody else that's external for them to solve this problem for you. It's actually getting you in the nitty-gritty to have confidence in your brand, have confidence in the message, to get that across to your team members. And so this Essentials program on July 23rd and 24th in Scottsdale, Arizona, both Brandon and myself will be there. Our marketing team will be there. They are freaking pros and genius. And Brandon and I will throw out an idea where like this is going to be amazing, or we'll throw out an idea, or somebody else will throw out an idea and we think it sucks.
Well,
But
what
at the
she
end of
should
the
do, what
day
she should do is she should run
we
an ad.
test it.
She should run an ad that says, click this link to download how you're going to make so much money with this one tip in July that you're going to pay for all of your presents at Christmas time. Like make it relevant to something that somebody's going to do right now. And then what you want them to do is click the link that has your book in it. But when you have 50 message points, it gets confusing what to do. So look, I don't know how many of you I'm going to be seeing with Natalie here and the team at the 10X Business Boot Camp.
Put 10X in the chat
Put
if you're going
10X
to the
if you're
business
going to the
boot
business
camp
boot
this
camp.
weekend, or the real estate summit next week. We have not a 10 day. It's going to feel like 10 days. It's a 7-day event extravaganza. Oh, this is so awesome. Guys, come say hi to us. We want to see you there.
Absolutely. We're really excited about boot camp. We hope you all had a remarkable July 4th. Take time to celebrate the important things and the important people that have given us our freedoms. And we're really excited to see you guys and get back to Miami tomorrow. I got something in my eye.
Okay. Well, hopefully it's not sunscreen.
Oh, no.
We're gonna let you handle that. B. Dawson. Oh, okay. Guys, have a remarkable Tuesday. Tomorrow is Winning Wednesday. How are you gonna win tomorrow? What can you execute? My call to action for each and every one of you. What can you promote right now? You get off this call. What do you go promote? Because then you're gonna feel confidence in what you're learning because you're taking things away. So what can you promote? If you want to promote that you're on the show, we would love that. It's very admirable that you show up to the show. We appreciate you being here and look forward to seeing all of you.
And if you're like 10X Business Boot Camp, I didn't know about 10X Business Boot Camp.
Go to cardonventures.com/bootcamp.
Yeah, let's go. It is happening Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be a remarkable event.
I am making my speaking debut. For those of you who want to know all things, this is content never taught before, all things recruitment and interviewing. Oh my gosh, I'm going crazy on Saturday for all things recruitment.
And why?
interviewing.
Because we listen to our clients who said we want more information on how to recruit and find great people.
That's right.
That's part of our marketing. So it's great seeing everybody. We will see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
The whole purpose of this show is to engage with business owners and be able to answer questions for people that will give them some insight and perspective on how to grow and scale a business. Not only leadership, but real life examples. This is the golden moment. I would do business with you right now.